Hey everyone, it's your girl Maddie here, aka Beaver Mosh, and today I am talking to you about Festering Grotesqueries from the Portland-based Dripping Decay that's coming off of Satanic Royalty Records. And Dripping Decay plays death metal. Death metal in probably its most gross and putrid form. This is really sickening stuff. There is a bit of a grindcore element. There is a Carcass inspiration here for sure. In that, first off, in the riffing, but also in the fact that this album is built around a lot of shorter tracks. You know, these short bursts of just violent noise. What really sells me on this album, though, is how much they are able to change it up, be flexible, while always remaining disgusting. There are some thrashier sections here, some more parts that lean into very old school death metal, and as I alluded to earlier, some grindy parts. And it all works together so well for this absolutely wretched package. Auto Cannibal Ecstasy introduces this really wet guitar tone with these spinning licks that marry themselves to this highly aggressive grinding drum pattern. And the vocals are really gruff, and these sickened howls have a punkish delivery to them that I think fits really well. Abundant cadaveric waste then varies it up a bit with these tremolos meet thrash riffs, and tied to this D-beat drum style in between the blast beats. It's these subtleties and these shifts that make the record kind of stand out to me. And I also love this shuffled, skipping bits that they throw in. It's delivered quite violently. You should make sure to watch your neck. Bay of Blood digs deep into the low end, the bass coming in strong for these floor-busting swaths of gore. And there's this double tracking that gets thrown in sometimes on the vocals for some extra nauseating flavor. The guitars here have this real sharp slicing sound to them that's amplified by being side by side to the real pronounced top of the drums. Barfbag flexes the band's capabilities in speed with these blistering, rapid fire blast beats and these absolutely ripping chromatic guitar riffs, while the vocals continue to throw out these very phlegmy, bathing in muck sounds that are just wonderfully corrupted. And then the band's poetry. Hobble to the toilet. He takes a swig, twitching in pain, spewing purple bile. I love it. Watching you rot throws at you these foreboding, really bleak leads that are just so ominous and very, very death metal. And in that way, this track shows what the band can do slowed down. And it's just as menacing. Because letting these riffs ring out a bit makes it feel, as the title suggests, that stuff is rotting, just sitting out there in the sun, starting to smell like pure shit. Cremator, just an absolute scorcher of a 2-minute cut. What starts with an absolutely piercing bend evolves into these panning guitars that feel like a pinball machine. And that also features this unforgiving, double-bassed, addicted set of blast beats. And while in the midst of that, there's this very disturbing, occultic lead that feels like it's just drifting around that makes this cut that much darker. With the title track, how I suggest approaching this is to just meditate on it, to the completely sickening glow coming off of these thrashy artillery-like chugs. Later on, there is this circling riff that plays as the rest of the band kind of cuts out, only to be met back with this fierce screaming solo and ferocious drumming. It might be the most wall of death ready moment on the entire album. It's going to be quite a scene to see this performed live. chemical lobotomy shows off some real rhythmic complexity, and I really enjoy hearing that from this band. Especially, I love the triplet patterns that keep popping up on the kick from the drummer, mixed with these palm-muted gallops on the guitar. It's pure violence, and I'm so here for it. It's probably one of the thrashier cuts on the record. Sadistic Excruciator features this completely fiery lead to it. It's fantastic, but actually the highlight of this track is really the chiseled, precise pairing of the instruments. It's all super fast and rapid and just very aggressive, but also so tight and in sync. It leads to this crisp, razor-sharp sound without losing any of the ugliness. Limitless Sacrifice is the last track here, kind of before this instrumental outro, and it's also the longest cut on the album, and it's a doozy. I really like how these almost psychedelic bends lead way into these hammering measures of destructive guitar and drums. So look, if you like music that's going to make you lose your lunch, then here it is. This will do it for you. Drifting to Decay succeeds in that they are able to tap into these foundational aspects, the real guts of the genre of death metal, and use that to completely brutalize you for 37 straight minutes. Well, for starters, if you like death metal that maybe borrows a little from grindcore, and you like death metal that is straight to the punch and doesn't come with a lot of extra touches or flourishes, this is a good-ass record for that, and you should check it out. And hey, those are my thoughts. If you enjoy what I do, hit the like button. That'd mean a lot. It would also mean the world to me if you'd consider subscribing. At the moment of recording this sentence right now, looks like I'm at 660 subscribers. The goal, 666 for obvious reasons. That means I need 6 more of you to hit that subscribe button. Because once that happens, I am going to do my Q&A episode. I've been collecting questions on Twitter and on my community page. Still time to leave a question on one of those places too if you want. Or DM me on Twitter too. That's also an option. And I will get to as many as I feel appropriate on that episode, but that will be unlocked once I hit 666 subscribers to celebrate. So do that. And I have a Twitter you can follow. A link to that is in the bio of this YouTube channel and also below. Leave a comment. I love getting to engage with those. I have a Patreon now. Feel free to support. I don't expect anyone to feel pressured, but it is a way. I'm going to start giving exclusive content through that medium. Keep it metal. My name is Maddie, aka Beaver Mosh, and I'm signing off.